Welcome into the 2018 SCAC Fall Media Days. It's day 4. Time to take a look into the Texas Lutheran University cross-country programs. The Bulldogs, of course, are coming off a season in which they earned third-place finishes on both the men's and women's side at the SCAC cross-country championships a season ago. Let's welcome in head coach Darlene Holland, junior Caleb Calderon, and junior Ashley Rynard of the Bulldogs cross-country squad. Coach Caleb, Ashley, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, I'll start with you, heading now into your 7th season at the helm of the women's program, 5th at the men's program. What have you learned makes for a productive camp and maximizes the short preseason to get your teams ready to head into race season?
I think most of the time it's just spent trying to get to know one another, and that way that when we start doing the harder workouts, they can feed off of one another. So a lot of time is spent on, really trying to run with your teammates and get to know your teammates more than anything.
For both Caleb and Ashley, I think the summer is one of the toughest parts as a distance runner because so much is asked in terms of building that base and putting in that mileage before coming into preseason camp. How exciting is it for you both to get back on campus and to be back with teammates and not having to run alone like it is in the summer when you have to put in all that extra work?
It's pretty exciting actually, because running by yourself gets pretty lonely. And not only that, you have more determination to run and not stop all the time, because when you're by yourself, it's self-determination, it's self-motivation, it's getting up and doing it every single day when you really don't have to. But when you come back, you have your teammates like, all right, Ashley, all right, Caleb, let's go do this, and they just push you. So.
For me, being in Austin primarily throughout my summer, most of my base was built up there. But coming back now to Seguin and being back with some of my teammates and then some newer guys coming along as freshmen, the camaraderie being built up, it's great because now it feels like we're not just training just for ourselves. We're training for just something bigger and to be better for each other.
Coach, for you, in taking advantage of this preseason, what are 2 or 3 things that you're really trying to instill in your runners on both teams in order to be as prepared as they possibly can to race come the fall?
One of the biggest things I think for us is just consistency and believing in yourself and what you can do. And then for some people, just coming, as newcomers coming in and buying into, that they can actually make a difference on the team. So those kind of would be the 3 things that kind of all tie in together.
Caleb, can you speak a little bit to the mentality of a cross-country runner? One of the things that I really admire and enjoy so much about cross-country, different than track, is it seems that place is more important over time, whereas in track, every single split, every single turn, exactly the number you're on, whereas in cross-country, the terrain of courses are different, the weather can be different, and it's really more about beating the man in front of you and getting that place. Is that something that you enjoy as a distance runner when it comes to cross-country?
Yeah, the thing in cross that I get really excited about compared to rather than track. There's always something that it never feels like you have a marker that you have to always surpass against yourself. It feels like you are always surpassing yourself, but at the same time you're kind of going along with the ride, and that's the thing about cross being so long with so many big races in terms of the number of guys or women that are in the race. It's just so many people, and you kind of just feed off the energy of your competition. Also, of course, within yourself.
Ashley, for you, you're coming off a successful track and field season. A couple of things. One, how much did that success springboard you into the summer and help you to motivate you to get prepared for the cross-country season? And also, where do you find time to rest your legs? It's a long season for distance runners, going all the way back, obviously, into the fall, and then right through track and field season. There's not really much of an off-season for athletes like yourself. How do you find time to sort of rest those legs and make sure you're as prepared as you can coming into the fall?
Honestly, just management, really. That's what it comes down to. I had a long track season. It went to May, and then really just taking 3 weeks off. I wasn't supposed to, but whatever. But I took 3 weeks off, and then getting right back to it and started grinding, and that's really what it came down to, just making sure I had time for myself and my body to recuperate and being able to come back to this cross country season, basically going all out and just trying to do my best.
Coach, as I mentioned early, both of these teams taking home third place finishes at the SCAC championships a season ago. As you look ahead to this season, what's kind of the key in your mind to trying to close that gap among the top two finishers a season ago in Colorado College and Trinity?
I think it was, we went into the summer knowing, what the other teams had graduated and, what we had coming in, and knowing that, our front runners in, like Ashley and Kylie, and then Caleb and a freshman, Cash that we had come in. It's just knowing that in order for us to make up that distance, we were going to have them place up higher than what we normally would have people placing. For instance, we've never had a female be all conference for the SCAC. So, we need to have people that are up there in the top 14. And last year was our first year to have a guy finish in the top 14 and be all conference. So it was kind of, a stepping stone, and knowing that we just, we have to have people, our front runners place up higher, and that'll help bring everybody else along as well. So that's kind of what we are doing as far as, trying to bridge that gap between the first and second and us in third.
Caleb and Ashley, I'll finish things out with you. And both of you now in your junior seasons, I would imagine this is a big year, not only for you both personally as upperclassmen and understanding, what's expected to be a part of this distance program at TLU, but also big years in terms of this team taking sort of those next steps through all the work that you've put in over the course of the first two seasons. For Caleb and Ashley, what are some of the goals for this 2018 cross-country teams?
Definitely head to nationals, since, with track, it definitely gave me a confidence to wow, this isn't impossible. So definitely try to head to nationals, be the first woman here at TLU to have qualified. So that's my main goal, and just to get better every day.
For me personally, I would say the same as Ashley, making the nationals for the first time for myself. That's a really big goal that I'm really wanting to succeed somewhere down the line. Hopefully, we're looking it's going to happen to be this year. And then as a team-wise, just keep trying to break these school records personally, for myself personally, and then with the team as well, try to get us there and continue to make the mark that Texas Lutheran needs to continue to show up.
And finally, Coach, for the fans and people that support the TLU cross-country programs this year when they come out to meets, what's one or two things that you expect to be consistent with both of these teams this season, something that the fans can really bank on, meet in, meet out, that's going to be an identity of both of your programs? What do you hope that looks like this year?
I think that they'll see a very strong middle pack for both genders, and then definitely some front runners that a lot of teams didn't really expect to happen. Caleb definitely put in a lot of work over the summer. Ashley did the same, and again, like she said, with her confidence coming from running the 209 in the 800 last year, that's huge. That's giving her a lot of confidence, and Caleb had the opportunity to train with some really good people in Austin over the summer, and he's hitting times that he probably never even thought that he could. So I think that with the front runners out there, people are going to be surprised that we have people up where they're going to be. So
the Texas Lutheran University cross-country programs, of course, the Bulldogs led into this season by head coach Darlene Holland, junior Caleb Calderon, and junior Ashley Rynard. The Bulldogs will open up the 2018 season when they head to the Alamo City opener on August 31st. Coach, Caleb, Ashley, best of luck as you head into the 2018 season, and thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.